Hello, welcome to HeartBlend Podcast. Today we're focusing on a very special guided meditation to helping you with forgiving yourself and others. I want you to get into a comfortable position. Please avoid being mobile at this time. I want you to begin by taking a very deep breath and release. Deep breath in and release. Very good. And at this time, I want you to close your eyes and focus on releasing and relaxing your body. I want you to imagine a cleansing light that is covering your face, cleansing your mouth, your throat, your heart, your chest, your stomach, your legs, your feet, your arms. Relax your entire body so that you can begin to receive the correct information that your mind and spirit is searching for. You are now safe. You are able to release. You are in a safe space right now. No one can harm you. No one is looking at you. No one is laughing at you. No one is judging you. No one is hating you. You are in a safe space right now. And if you need to release and feel any emotions, you feel free to do so. I want you to begin with forgiving yourself. You are an amazing person, despite the actions that you have done. You took those actions with the best of what you knew how. And although they may have not been the best choices, your mind chose them as the most effective option. If you knew better, you would have done better. So release the guilt and the shame, as those are only holding you back. Guilt is on one side and shame is on the other, paralyzing you into a place of no action. You may feel stunted and tight and paralyzed as if you cannot move. Break these walls of guilt and shame and anger that you feel towards yourself, and know that it is okay. You were trying to do the best that you could at the time that you did those actions. Whether you were not in the best healthy mental state, whether you carried on so much pain and anger and resentment towards others that may have hurt you, whether you are feeling unhealed as a person, maybe you did not say the right things or you didn't do the right thing, and you feel really, really bad about your actions. Forgive yourself for these things right now. You have the power to make better and new choices moving forward. You can learn from all of these actions and mistakes, and you can now do the right thing. Please focus on being kind to yourself. You are still an embodiment of love. You were created out of an action of love. and you can return to this. I know that you may feel bad about the things that you've done, but it is okay. Speak kindly to yourself. Be gentle with yourself. You have the power to make amazing decisions moving forward. Even the most heinous and extreme, horrible actions and crimes, you can right those wrongs now. You can share your story with others to help them heal. You have the power to turn around those feelings and those actions. Perhaps you were hurt by someone and it made you feel so unloved. And we all make mistakes, but it is not okay to continue to allow it to hurt. You are not deserving of those actions. There is nothing unlovable or undesirable about you that caused someone to act in the way that they did. Everyone is fighting a battle. Everyone has their own stress, traumas, upbringings, and fears. And with all of what they had going on, they acted in the best way that they knew how. And when you really understand that, wow, that's the best of how you responded, then you must have been through something really, really rough. So take a deep breath. And release. Release that burden that you're putting on yourself, and release that pain of what you tie yourself to, because others that have wronged you wrong themselves each and every day, regardless of what you may see on the outside. I want you to imagine now a long rope attached to this person that has caused you a lot of pain. And with this rope, it is tied in knots, and it is wrapped around your waist, holding on to you very tightly, almost to where you feel so restricted, as if you can't go in any other direction. And this rope is also tied to the other person. You are both bound to each other with the knots of pain. And at this time, as you envision this rope that is connecting you to this person, I want you to look up, and I want you to envision yourself looking directly into the eyes of the person who has harmed you. And I want you to say, "No more." And I want you to take this big sword of light, and you are now able to cut those knots. You cut that rope as many times as you can to remove yourself from that pain. Break that attachment to the person that is holding on to you so tightly through these knots of pain. Burn that rope and set yourself free. Set yourself free. There is no anger, there is no sadness, there is no fear, there is no hatred, there is nothing. Each of those emotions were knots of that rope that tied you tightly to the person who hurt you. You deserve better. You deserve a life of freedom. You deserve to have that rope burned, melted, and removed away from your waist. Remove that rope. And now you can move freely. You can walk away. And you can now focus on building your life, a life of fulfillment and joy and happiness. The person who has caused you pain no longer has control over you. You are now free. That is what forgiveness feels like. You're free. I want you to imagine now looking at yourself. And I want you to repeat after me. I love you and I forgive you. And through all of your mistakes, I know you best. And while you may not have had terrible intentions, and while the choices that you made may have not been the best, you acted in a way that you thought would have provided you with the right results. And it's okay to be wrong. I'm letting go of this shame and this guilt that I feel towards you, which is myself. You deserve to be free from the cage that you put yourself in, and there is no longer a need to feel guilty and shameful for your actions. You are now able to take ownership and power over who you are. Then you can move past those mistakes. I want you to envision all of those mistakes that you've just made. Maybe you made a mistake even today. And although they do have their consequences, you pay those consequences, but you move forward. And I want you to imagine each mistake as a huge book that is so heavy, that is carried upon your back. This time, you take those heavy, heavy mistakes and you place them in fire. They no longer need to carry weight upon your shoulders. It's okay to let it go. You paid that consequence the moment that your actions harmed you. You can let go now and you can move forward. At this time, I want you to imagine yourself in a body of water, cleansing water, clearest, bluest water that is crystal clear. It's cool to touch, and I want you to immerse yourself into this body of water to cleanse everything off of you, to wash away all of the guilt and shame that you carry upon yourself. And I want you to stand up, rise up, and let that water wash over you. Keep washing. Wash. Enjoy that water, the coolness of the water that is removing and cleansing you of all of the emotions that rob you of a life of love, joy, and abundance, which is guilt, fear, and shame. You're free now. You're free. At this time, I want you to take a deep breath and release. With each breath, you are letting go of all of your negative emotions. Take a deep breath in and release. One last time. Take a deep breath in and release. Wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, open your eyes, and you are now able to say, I am forgiven, and I forgive all others who have harmed me, because I only deserve love and joy. You no longer have power to control me, so I forgive you. This concludes our guided meditation on forgiveness. Thank you so much for listening. This is HeartBlend Podcast.